Hello and good day to you. Today we will be presenting about the calculation that we have made from question 1 to question 6. Here are the team members of Jumantah Trader, which is Nur Shamim Izati, Elizabeth, Ifdatul Azira, and Nur Alia.
So this is the table for the question 1, for the first column for the cash market and for the future market. Today was in November 2023 and the later is December 2023. Okay, there are 5 steps to calculate this question. The first step is calculate the share value, then calculate the total portfolio value. The total portfolio value we get 1098000. Then we calculate the share weightage for each share. The J we will get 0.1056, the M we will get 0.0474, the K we will get 0.2823, the N we get 0.4554, and the L we get 0.1093. The second step is calculate the share weightage beta for each share, and then calculate the beta portfolio. For the beta portfolio, we get 1.0749. Then the third step is calculate number of lots. Number of lots, we get 15 lots. The fourth step is first we calculate the cost selling share. We get negative 21,379.23. Then calculate the future profit, we get 18750. So for this question, the hedging is successful because the effective selling price is higher, which is RM1095370.77, then actual selling price RM1076620.77.
From the statement, it states that a crude palm oil refiner has a requirement of 8,000 MT of CPO for the next month, which is February, since today was January 31, and expected that MT will increase by 2,500 every month in the following 2 months. The statement also states that delivery of CPO is on the 15th day of each month, and now the underlying price is RM 4,735 ringgit. And the CPO for the February is 4,738, March 4,735, April 4,742, and May 4,745. From the table, we can see CPO today, which is 31 January, plan to buy 8,000 MT in 15 February at RM 4,735 and afraid the price to fall. Looking to FCPO, we buy the contract in February at 4,738, have 320 lots. How to calculate the lots? By dividing 8,000 MT with 25 MT, and we got the number of lots. For CPO on the letter, which is 15 February, we buy the FCPO at 4,740 and expect the price to increase. And for the FCPO, we decide to sell the contract at 4,741. For the future profit, we have to use the formula of selling price minus buying price multiplied by lots and multiplied by 25 MT. Then we got the answer. To get the cost of buying, we have to divide 8,000 with the cost of buying, which is 4,740. For the net effect, we have to minus the cost of buying CPO with the future profit. We got negative 37,920. To get the effective buying, we have to weigh which is hedging and without hedging. For with hedging, we have to divide the net effect with 8,000 MT, while for without hedging, we took from cost of buying and divide with 8,000. Just now we have discussed for February transaction. Now we have to discuss for March. The formula is still the same, but there is a part that has changed, which is lots. Since the value of NT changed to 10,500 because the statement stated that the CPO will increase 2,500. Today is 15 February. We have 10,500 MT at 4,755 and we buy the contract at the price of 420 lots. Later on 15 March, we buy the CPO at 4,750, which is meet the expectation, then sell the contract at around 4,745. Future profit for March changes to 105,000, cost of buying of 49,875,000. For the net effect, we got negative 49,770,000, got hedging of 4,740 and without hedging 4,150. The hedging was successful since the effective buying price is lower than the actual. Now for the April, the MT also changed to 13,000 since we have to 18,500 just now with 2,500. Today at 15 March, the price is at 4,735 and we buy contract in April at RM 4,742 and have 520 lots. Later on 15 April, we buy the 13,000 MT at 4,752, which also meet the expectation. Then sell the contract at RM 4,751. For future profit, we got 170,000 and cost of buying 61,776,000. Net effect negative 61,659,000. Hedging 4,743 and without hedging has 4,752. The hedging is also successful since the buying price is lower than the actual price. Lastly, in May, the MT also changed to 15,500. Today at 15 April, the price is at 4,752 and we buy contract in May at RM 4,745 and has 620 lots. Later on 15 May, we buy the 15,500 MT at 4,755, which also meet the expectation. Then sell the contract at RM 4,756. For future profit, we got 170,500 and cost of buying 73,702,500. Net effect negative 73,532,000. Hedging 4,744 and without hedging has 4,743. Also successful since the buying price is lower than the actual price.
For question 3, first we have to calculate the Macaulay duration and then determine the modified duration and lastly compute each alternative investment and the excess return from the investment. To calculate Macaulay duration, first thing first we have to create this table. In the first column is list of year and second column is weight. To calculate weight is present value divided by the total of present value, which is 74.07 divided by 1000. On the third column, we have to calculate contribution, where we have take total of each weight and times it with year. For example, 0.07407 times with 1 year. After calculating the contribution, we will get the total of 7.24697. The reason we have to create this table is to get the total of contribution, which will be used to find the modified duration. In this video, it shows the calculation of modified duration, where we have taken the total of contribution and divided with 1 plus n rate divided 1, and we will get a total of 6.7103 years. Next, it has given an alternative on 1-year promissory note with 0.5 year and 15-year bond with 10.5 year. To calculate weight bond is total of modified duration equal with 1 minus weight bond times with 0.5 promissory note and plus with weight bond times with 10.5 bond, then weight bond will get 62.10%. After that, to calculate weight promissory note is 100 minus of total of weight bond, which is 62.10. The total will be 37.90% for weight promissory note. Lastly, we have to calculate the promissory note, where we have to take the total of weight promissory note earlier and times with 1000 and get a total of Rm 379. And for bond, we take the total of weight bond times it with 1000, and that's it for question 3.
Okay, next we move on to the question 4. This is a topic in financial engineering about speculating with future. Stated on the question, Encik Daniel wanted to secure 20 contract FCPO with their initial margin and maintenance margin at RM 4,000 and 500 per contract, which is from 1st September until 5 September. The question here is, first, to calculate the initial and maintenance margin. Second, to construct a market-to-market report for the 5 trading days. And the third is to determine the profit or loss if Encik Daniel close out his position on the 4th day of trading. And the last one is to interpret the leverage effect on the closing of the position. So, the answer is, for the first question, is the initial margin and maintenance margin. RM 4,500 times 220 contract, and we got is RM 90,000. And the table shown here is the market-to-market report, consists of the day starting to 0 day until day 5. The price will refer to the settlement price. Since this is the short trading because of uptrend market for FCPO, so the floating profit or loss is the day 1 price minus to the day before. And we got the last margin balance on the each day of trading. But on the day 3, we got the last margin balance of RM 87,500, which is it is under the maintenance margin, that is RM 90,000. So we adding RM 90,000 back, and the last balance on the 5-day trading is 190,000. So if Encik Daniel close out his position on the 4th day of trading, he received RM 95,000 of profit. And the last one is for the leverage effect. The changes in price we got is 0.49%, and the changes in return we got is 105.56%. So here the comment is the small changes in price by 0.49% result in large changes in return by 105.56%. So the both price and return has positive relationship. When price increase, it will cause R, which is a return, to increase.
So for the question number 5, this is the table for the question number 5. Cash market and future market. Today was in September and later in October. So first we calculate the fair value. The T for the fair value on this question is 61 days from 30 September until 31 October. So for the fair value we got 1560.90. Then we calculate number of lot. For number of lot we got 134 lots. After that, we calculate for the future loss. We got loss RM 134000, and the capital gain we got 209055.88. Next, calculate the interest paid borrowing, which is principal times rates times T. So we will get 96513.70. We also calculate the dividend received. We get 70191.78. And lastly, we will get arbitrage profit, which is 48733.96. So this is the calculation that we calculate for the question number 5. So as you can see, the FPLI is overpriced, which is 1568, while the fair value is at 1560.90. So the KLCI is underpriced, which is at 1557.
Last but not least, question 6 is asking about the topic of option. As shown on the question, there is two types of call option and put option with the exercise price and option price. So from the question, we need to construct an aspire pair of diagram for each of the following expectations, and need to state the limited and unlimited profit or loss and the break-even points. So from the first question is asking about the lowest cost for the price are expected to move downward with limited downside. Second is for the market is expected to be certainly bullish and unlimited upside. Also choose the lowest cost. And the third is to state whether is the option is need to exercise or not if the market price closes at maturity of RM11. And assuming that is the 10 lots and 100 units each lot, and also calculate the profit and loss. And the fourth is if the market price closes at RM 9 ringgit and 30 cent based on the question 2. Meanwhile, the question 3 is referred to the question 1. So, after a deep observation, we construct a diagram for long put option with the price expected to move downward and limited downside as shown on the screen. We choose for the put option with the exercise price is RM 9 ringgit and 50 cent, and the option price, which is the premium, is RM 30 cent, which is 25 cent. So why we choose this option? Because of the premium is still cheaper than the first option, but the difference is smaller than before. This is because the intrinsic value of both options decrease as the market price gets close to the strike price. The market price mentioned here is RM11. So after we do the calculation from this long put option, we got a loss of RM 1750 if we exercise this option, and a loss of RM 250 if we not exercise this option. So the comment here is if the market price closes at the maturity at RM11, it is better to not exercise the long put option to reduce the big losses. Next, we construct a diagram for long call option with the unlimited upside and certainly bullish as shown here. We choose for the call option for RM 8 ringgit for the exercise price and RM 30 cent for the premium. The put option value is increases as the underlying stock value decreases and vice versa. Why we choose this option? It is because the premium price is the lowest one. If the market price is RM 9 ringgit and 30 cent at the maturity, from this long call option, we got RM 1000 profit if we exercise this option. And if not, we got a loss of RM 300 losses. So the comment here is if the market price closes at RM 9 ringgit and 30 cent at maturity, it is better to exercise the long call option to gain RM 1000 profit rather than loss to RM 300. So that's all for the overall 6 questions. Thank you.